to the channel, everyone. Happy holidays. So today I'm going to be sharing how I decorate my first ever artificial Christmas tree, and the theme I'm going to be using today is silver, red, and white. So I'm definitely going to be diving into my stash of Christmas decor and just pulling out all of the silver pieces that I have from last year. So I definitely want to make use of the things that I already have. So one thing that I'm really appreciative of with an artificial tree is the fact that I can take the top off and work from there. So what I'm going to do for my tree topper is I need to make an anchor first, and that's what I'm going to do with this first pick. I got this one from Michael's. I picked up two. Michael's in my area was a little bit bare. Let me know if it was the same for you if you shop at Michael's. There wasn't much variety, that or I was just picking up things that were left over. But yeah, I didn't get much from them this year, just a few. Hopefully trucks come in and we can get in some more items and I can just grab onto everything after, like, holiday sales. But like, as you can see here, I'm making an anchor with my first two picks, and this is going to be the base for everything else that I'm going to fill my tree topper with. Happy with my base fillers for my tree topper, then I need to reattach that top part of the tree. Like I said, I'm really happy about that. Then I'm going to add my scent sickles because it's not a real tree. I need to add some scent, and I'm working with my first section of mesh, and this is a silver mesh from last year, and now I'm going to go on to the red. This is a absolutely gorgeous piece of red mesh. I picked this one up from Canadian Tire. It's very, very vibrant, and I was so sad that I only picked up one when I was in the store, because then I noticed, same thing as last year, like I didn't learn from it, that I need more than two. So I ran out of this gorgeous, vibrant, like dense red mesh. I was so upset with myself, but I did go ahead and opt to get another red mesh. I picked this one up from Michael's. It's not as dense as the first one, but it still is pretty. It does have a bit of shine and it glitter to it, like not glitter, but like a metallicness to it. It is still pretty, but it's not as dense as that first one. You can probably tell, but I did like the variety. It did really make the tree stand out because it was a little bit bigger and a little bit more malleable. Like I could manipulate this one a whole lot more than the first one, but you'd really have to be up close to this tree to really tell the difference between the two. Next, I'm going to be adding some bigger picks. I wanted to use these as more of a statement piece throughout the tree. I am a Christmas ball person, so when I saw these, I was like, oh, these would be perfect. They only had two whites, so I went ahead and just picked up two whites and two reds. Definitely going back if they have any more of the reds, because I really like the reds. They're very, very pretty. But the whites just gave a little bit more balance because that was the color scheme that I was going for. And I'm onto my balls. I've got the bigger ones. I like to start with the bigger ones because I need them to fill in these gaps. And I like to put them closer to the bottom of the tree, but with the artificial tree, there are some gaps. Now moving on to my red balls. These are the smaller ones. And again, just adding them in areas where there may be some gapping, or I just know I want this to look more like a scattered type of situation as I add more balls. And I'm going in with these silver ones now, again, just filling in spaces, trying to get a little bit more color coordination going on here. Where I've got more reds, I'm going to throw in some silvers, just anywhere that I can make sure that those colors work together and not against each other. That is how I'm going to be scattering out these other Christmas balls. Of course, once you're all done, or at least for me, I was done for the night, I decided to go ahead and clean up this area because I wanted to move on to the next piece. I hadn't put down my skirt just yet. I have a faux fur one with silver lining, gorgeous from last year. But the next day, I picked up my other fillers that I wanted to get. These are the red versions of the ones that I had last year. And so those are going to be more of a statement piece at the top of the tree. But I did go to the local dollar store and grab some larger red balls because I felt like just having the silver ones, it wasn't balanced color-wise. So what I did was I used the red ones to fill in any other gaps that I had, and I moved them upwards towards the tree, not so much having them to the bottom like I normally would, just making sure that they're tucked in place and not sticking out, as you can see that I'm doing there, making sure they're in those areas that I can, if I look straight on at my tree, I can see a gap. So that was where I was really utilizing these larger red balls. Next up, I needed to move on to my TV console area. I went ahead and dusted everything off. I really like to clean this area with my Swiffer duster. I have been a fan of Swiffer dusters forever. I love them. They allow the dust to be captured and not just fly everywhere, and they're easy on your electronics. There's no scratching or scuffing or anything like that. So I'm using this pre-lit garland that I had from last year, and it has pine cones in it, but I know I have some leftover scented pine cones from last year that I do want to use here, but I like to make sure to hide my sound bar and any other like TV electronic that I have. I need to make sure to fluff this properly and hide those areas so that you don't see any spacing or gaps as much as I can.
Everything glistens and everything's bright. Everyone's happy. Spirits are light. I am sitting here thinking, alone with my drink, as I do this time of the year. Do you remember when love was around? When we were...
Once I'm satisfied with my fluffing, I'm going to go ahead and add just some other decor that I had from last year. Again, I really like using things that I already have and trying to match the color scheme with things that I already have in my possession. So those silver trees from last year are really, really good. And I also had some red balls from last year and some smaller silver ones that I just scatter throughout this garland just to make it a little bit more festive and a little bit more matching to the tree next to it.
The talk of the town when I'm sitting here drinking, I can't help but think about you, about us, as I do this time of the year.
Once I was satisfied with the TV, I went in for any final touches for my main tree, adding all of my other ornaments and my topper. So here is some of the final looks. Hope y'all enjoyed decorating my tree for Christmas 2021. Let me know down in the comment section if you love it and what colors you're using this year. And I'll see you in my next video really, really soon. Bye.